This episode of Chump Change is sponsored by HelloFresh. Hello, and welcome to Chump Change episode 6. Happy New Year, everybody. This is our first recording after the Christmas episode, which means it has effectively been 3 to 4 weeks since we recorded.
That sounds like a consistent schedule to me.
Oh, yeah. Hello, and welcome. I already said it, but I want to say it again because I'm actually really excited to be recording the podcast today. I've wanted to record it. Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
I've wanted to record it. I've been a little busy. We're going to talk about some of that today, but Pri and I both getting ready for things happening in the new year, so time kind of got away from us.
I feel like we haven't recorded it in so long that I've missed it. So I'm really glad that we're able to get in here and get this done today. This is going to be another one of those remote podcasts. Sadly, after the new year, we both got really busy. But I think Lorenzo has a really interesting object or thing. I don't know what you consider it.
Little like project situation to make the next several recording sessions, a little more palatable to the video watchers.
Yeah, you gonna continue on with that?
No, that was it. That was it. That was the whole statement. But I do have some topics we can get into, unless you want to get into some of yours.
Yeah, can we talk about your dog?
Yeah, I got a dog. I got a Frenchie. Her name is Lucy. With an I, Luci. I will probably throw up her Twitter account or a picture of her or something on the screen. But she will be a new and welcomed addition to my content, Bad Moon's content, and Big Chump's content. Because she is a Frenchie, and everybody likes a good Frenchie.
On the link tree, we're going to have the dog's website posted on there as well, I guess, huh?
Is the dog going to have a website? I didn't say I was going to make her a website. She's just going to have a Twitter and an Instagram.
Well, that's good enough.
Yeah.
But okay, buddy, I'll go ahead and let you get started with the first topic.
So the big one was that I got a dog, but I guess there's less to say than besides like I just got a Frenchie, and I can show a picture of her. But something that's kind of topical right now that everyone's talking about. I'm not sure how much of a consumer of Rick and Morty or like other animated properties that are affiliated with this one voice actor. Or how much you consume of like their content, but Justin Roiland is currently under a lot of scrutiny because of some crazy outrageous shit that he was accused of in 2020.
Wow, like 2 years ago.
Yeah. So apparently and it's been I forget what the legal term is. I just went to jury duty recently too. But there's been deliberations, and it's just now going to court in October of this year. Or going to trial, I should say. It's going to trial in this October. But he was accused and arrested recently for, and back then for, I don't want to butcher it, but, what is it? Essentially holding someone against their will. But the term is normally used for unlawful detainment.
I'm sorry, what was he locking them into the room?
So, and domestic violence is what was tacked on to that. But
whoa.
So apparently he had a girlfriend back in 2020, and she was he kept her in their house or his house for whatever reason.
Trapping them in the basement, I see.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, I don't want to speak too much on any of it just because, like, obviously everything that we're getting right now is he said, she said because of media outlets. But the word on the street is that he was unlawfully detaining this person, and she eventually made it out, reported him to the police, and he was arrested then and or recently for that. And now it's coming back to bite him in the ass, and he is due to go to court or have a trial in October. And as a result of this, a few things have happened. The biggest one, or at least I think the biggest one, because the second thing's pretty big, but small potatoes in comparison. Several people have come out posting DMs of him saying just some foul shit to underage girls.
Oh, okay. That's a no.
Yeah. Which obviously as we found out with drama with online personalities and celebrities, DM screenshots can be doctored. But people are willing to say that these are real because he has also been under fire for sexual harassment in the workplace.
You know, I want to say there's a difference between in the workplace, that person is of age, of consent.
Yeah. Well,
well, you know, what kind of girls you got working in the workplace that are not in legal age?
I mean interns, because you have to think that this guy's working for like broadcast studios and shit. These could be specialized interns in like. I was a specialized student in trade school.
And I wasn't. Yeah.
I wasn't 18 yet.
You got a good point. Yeah, 18. Yeah. Wait. What if? Right? Hear me out.
Yeah.
What if that was why? Like that's how he got all of those accusations. It wasn't from. It was sexual harassment at the workplace, and it was the minors. Think about it like that. It's all tied together.
I'm not going to comment on that one just because that entire subject in general is very
that's a very no.
Yeah, it's worse than the topics we talked about like in our first couple podcast episodes.
Yeah.
But the second thing that's happened recently as a follow-up is Justin Roiland was publicly dissociated from the Rick and Morty brand as well as Adult Swim.
Okay, so besides Rick and Morty, did you have any off the top of your head from Adult Swim that he's voiced?
Not just Adult Swim. He's kind of got his thumb in a lot of pies between the Cartoon Network, all of Warner Media Animation, I should say. And he has voiced in a couple Disney properties.
Oh, wow.
And then there's one more thing that I'll bring up that he does a lot of voice work in. But he does Rick and Morty from Rick and Morty, but also like a lot of the side characters. Like he'll just make random voices. He voiced a character named Lemon Grab in Adventure Time. He voiced a fish named Oscar in a Disney Channel show called Fish Hooks. And a couple more that are slipping my mind, but like I'm trying to remember them. But obviously he's well known and he's worked on a lot here. I can look this up real quick. Sorry, time.is. Got to get you out of the way.
I'm sorry. So you're talking about Adventure Time, so I do want to like talk about it.
Okay.
Lemon. I don't know what this guy's name is. This Lemon dude.
Earl of Lemon Grab.
If I remember correctly, he's always yelling.
Yes.
Okay. So I know what we're talking about. See, the only reason why I know, I've played Adventure Time Battle Party on CartoonNetwork.com, and that's the only reason why I know that character.
He's literally just like a guy with a lemon head. That's it.
Man, have you ever played that game, by the way?
No, I haven't. I think you and our friend Water Bottle Man have pointed out to me a couple times.
Hey, man, I don't know if that game is still like up or available. That was a very fun MOBA, like League of Legends, very similar characters. I think that Lemon dude, if you ever played League of Legends, is the equivalent to Shaco, if I remember correctly. So he has like this little like teleport, and then he goes invisible. Like a whole bunch of really cool abilities. I thought that game was really nice. Like Jake the dog.
Yeah.
Man. Granted, I've almost never watched any of the show.
Oh yeah, I mean, you weren't a big early life like cartoon TV show guy. You've said it before.
Yeah, no, like because Adventure Time came out what, like eighth grade?
Not even because
Hmm.
I was still talking to. I was still going to school with our friends, Miss Senior Hawaii and
Oh, Brother Man.
yeah, Brother Man. There you go. I was
Oh,
trying to
okay.
remember what we called him. Brother Man and like the kids from back then. So that was like elementary school, pre-elementary school.
Yeah, it's been heck
But
long since Adventure Time came out.
oh yeah. Actually, Adventure Time should be on here. I could give you the time frame where to go. 2011 to 2018. So like fourth grade for us.
7 years that show ran.
Yeah. And then it ended up getting some extra stuff. That's just when he voiced it though.
Oh, okay.
But Lemon Grab was pretty early on. And then they ended up making some HBO things. So Adventure Time really did transcend like 10 years of animation.
That is a really long time.
Yeah. But I'm looking at his IMDb right now. He has a lot his hand in a lot, and I mean a lot of animation between Nickelodeon or maybe Nickelodeon. He was in an Invader Zim movie that came out a couple years ago. But like a lot of popular Disney cartoons and Cartoon Network cartoons, as well as he he was in Dota 2 apparently as well, as Rick and Morty.
Hey,
He also started a gaming company called Squanch Games. He started the game company with his own money. It had a couple games that came out which have been, I suppose, hits, except the most recent one. And he or the game studio announced that he decided to step away from it of his own accords.
have they produced any games?
Yeah, they produce hella games.
Oh, do we know any?
I mean, you want me to name them so you
Well,
can see if you.
yeah. Do you recognize any? Is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I've played a bunch of them. I mean, the most recent one is High on Life, which a lot of people have been.
Oh, the Rick and Morty game. Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of different games. Trover Saves the Universe. If you listen to the people in these games, you know that it's by them. Just because Justin Roiland like does a lot of the main silly voices.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I started yawning. But yeah, like it's pretty crazy. He basically got ousted out of Adult Swim and Rick and Morty, and they announced that Rick and Morty will continue. So season 7, I suppose that they have everything recorded already, but season 8 going forward, they're probably gonna revoice everyone.
Isn't that like almost the whole cast of Rick and Morty?
No, I mean the main characters wise, there's like 3 reoccurring characters that he does. But like the rest of the family in Rick and Morty, um, it's not Justin Roiland. But a lot of people on Reddit and Twitter are like, he is Rick and Morty. It's insane that they would even consider going on with him without him. So
Man, dude.
that's pretty fucking wild. But I don't blame Adult Swim for wanting to keep Rick and Morty alive. You know, that's their biggest cash cow property in forever.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who can do good Rick and Morty impressions, so I imagine that they're just going to be trying to source like community members who do the voice good. But it's definitely nutty. And I don't think he's going to come back to, like, his legal team has already publicly said that they're very positive that it's all gonna, like, they know, they're saying he is innocent and it's all gonna work out once they get into court. But like the fact that he was under this much scrutiny because of the event and then all of the DM leaking stuff started happening, I think his professional career might be over at this point.
Yeah, well, it could be. I mean, my hope is right. It's like the Johnny Depp case, right?
Yeah.
My hope is he's like, hey man, I'm just a good guy caught in the wrong situation, and then everyone loved Johnny Depp, you know?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any Amber Heard situations to help Justin Roiland out of this one.
Yeah, I don't know if any dog stepped on a bee, you know?
Yeah, it's looking a little dicey for him because it's just a lot. It's not even like if everything gets disproven, cool. It's just the fact that all of it happened in the first place. Like he allowed himself to be in such a compromising position publicly. Like I think it's just gonna ruin shit because if his legal team was so positive that it was okay, there's no reason Adult Swim would have jumped ship right ahead of time unless they were trying to save face. But
Yeah, yeah. But honestly, I think it's like when anyone like has anything of that sort, like from many years ago, uh, Paula Dean, like
yeah,
once they got that video of Paula Dean from like 8 years ago or whatever, and then everything dropped her.
mm.
I personally think it's once anything kind of hits the fan or like comes up to surface.
Oh yeah,
I th- I,
it's
I
very
think
hard
no
to
matter what, they just drop them no matter what, just to make sure that the brand is safe.
yeah, it's very hard to like if it's not your brand. Like if Kanye West has done and said some crazy things, right?
Yeah,
But Kanye West is his own brand.
yeah, he
But
can't
when
drop
you
himself.
yeah, but when you work for other people and like you're not of that critical acclaim quality or not quality but like level, it's hard to like when you're relying on other companies and businesses to recapture like that pre-event situation for yourself.
Yeah,
But that sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I hope that it doesn't cripple him too much, but also, if everything that's being said is true, I genuinely hope that victims of whatever he has done and or said they get their repentance or their no, not
their
repentance. That's
repentance, man. He need to repent.
yeah.
Hopefully, they get their salvation.
There you go. I hope that they find solace in the fact that he is dealing with what he's dealing with now. This episode of Chump Change is sponsored by HelloFresh. Skip the trip to the grocery store while treating you and your wallet to the over 35 weekly restaurant quality meals provided by HelloFresh. Even us big chumps can appreciate a nice home cooked meal that tastes just as good as anything that we could have gone out to eat or had delivered to us. So be sure to click the link in the description or visit HelloFresh.com and use our promo code. It's POGHF90597. That's POG like POG, HF like HelloFresh, 90597. Thanks again, HelloFresh.
But moving forward to my question to you, man.
Mm-hmm.
You brought up Kanye West.
Uh-huh.
Kanye West always says crazy things. Some things you don't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
If he said that he was a racist, as crazy stuff as he said already, would you still listen to his music?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Chief. I don't listen to Kanye West right now.
You know what I mean? Like your favorite artist,
It's hard to say, right? Because there's a lot of shitty things that have happened with not just like one specific artist. There's always going to be an event, right? There's always going to be some lip licking drama that Hollywood or the big universe wants out of these celebrities. But it's like I don't stop enjoying previous things either, right?
Yeah.
Just because Drake was being made fun of because the 21, can you do something for me? I didn't stop listening to old Drake music. I just don't listen to current Drake music. Like one of my favorite albums of all time for music in general is a Drake album from 2011 or 2012.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but it's like I'm not gonna stop listening to it just because Drake might have portrayed himself a little sussy baka to 21 Savage.
Man, I kind of think it's the where you're at. I think if I was listening to that sort of like artist
Mm-hmm.
at school, where there's like known to be people that will like stop me and tell me I shouldn't be listening to that guy.
Like a peer pressure situation.
Yeah, I feel like I would be self conscious. I'd be like, I don't want them to know that I'm listening to this artist.
Yeah, I can see that actually. Not for the same reasons, but like I know a lot of people that enjoy the music that I do, like 70s, 80s, 90s R&B or love songs and shit. Kids didn't really listen to that in school because it was like, "Oh, why are you listening to love songs, you homo?"
Yeah, why are you listening to Shaggy?
Just cuz like that's how we grew up, Well, I think Shaggy was a little more acceptable. But it was always like, oh man, we have to listen to rap, or if you're in the edgy kid scene, you have to listen to Evanescence or Green Day or Papa Roach.
Oh, bringing it back. So last a couple days ago,
Uh-huh.
I saw on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
like a TikTok of these people that were reenacting the Trapped in the Closet.
Trapped
And
in
I
the
was like,
Closet.
yeah, the R. Kelly Trapped in the Closet. Have you ever heard
Oh
of it?
yeah.
Yeah, so there was actual video of it before, like the actual movie, I guess, that R. Kelly made for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? As a kid, I watched a lot of it. I watched it a lot. So I went back on YouTube. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go find it again. It's
Mm-hmm.
all gone.
Oh, I bet.
I was like, what? And so apparently it was pretty recent too, like a couple months back. That they I guess they just took the whole R. Kelly channel down off YouTube. And I was like,
Man, I wonder why.
I was like, man. And then like I looked on Daily Motion. You don't, if you can't find something, you'll probably find it on Daily Motion. Let's be honest
Oh,
here.
of course.
Good 180p quality. I was, man. It took me back.
Yeah, the R. Kelly situation is a very good it's a very good example of what I meant. Like, just things come out about the past, or things like come back, and the situation changes, or like R. Kelly went to jail, but it's like, does that mean you stop, like, you just lose all the enjoyment from what you were listening to before?
Hey man, you
As
still
a
listen to the same girl. Let's be honest here.
all the people who are adults and get to do whatever they want, I guess it wouldn't affect us because it doesn't, but I can see what you mean by like kids in schools being peer pressure. Like, why the fuck are you listening to R. Kelly?
Hey, in school, were you peer like? Did you feel a certain type of way if you didn't have Jordans or like that standard? I guess.
Sort of in an opposite direction. I was very fortunate to have my parents cared a lot about how my appearance was, and I had family friends that would buy me like shoes and shit.
Yeah.
I had to tell everyone to stop doing it because whenever I wore a brand new pair of like Air Force Ones or something, I wasn't the guy that would put down pieces of paper towel to step on the ground. It's shoes. I don't care. The whole the sneakerhead shoe collector thing, I never got it. I would sooner wax my clear coat chipping off the car Toyota Corolla. I'd sooner buff that every morning than I would make sure I don't get a singular crease on my Air Force Ones. That's how little sense that movement makes to me. So whenever I wore brand new shoes to school, I'd always be criticized like, man, your shoes are creased. Why aren't you taking care of your shoes? I'm not gonna not bend my ankle or bend my toe if I'm like doing something, like if I'm walking. What are you, fucking crazy?
Yeah.
You're gonna walk the stiffest way possible to make sure your shoes don't get dirty or creased.
Over there walking like duck.
I actually got in a fist fight in middle school because of someone's shoes before.
What?
Swear to God, I got into a fist fight with someone because of their shoes.
What did you step on them?
Nope. I was drinking water, and then someone poked a hole in it, and I sprayed that person with because like when you poke the hole in the center, it becomes a squirt gun, essentially.
Yep.
I sprayed that person, and I guess a little bit dropped on this person's white shoes, and they were heated to the point where they started trying to swing on me, and I got into a fist fight. Yep.
Did you win?
I didn't lose. My older cousin came in and he broke it up because he was like, it was one of my quote unquote cousins from my dad's side.
Oh man.
So basically, no one at that school was allowed to start shit unless they wanted to smoke,
Yeah.
And he was on the not JV, varsity's the better one, right, for sports? I think.
Yeah.
He was on the varsity football team for the school.
Yeah, there's junior varsity and then there's varsity. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on junior varsity. So, he was well known across the school. He wasn't some ruffian that came to stop a fight.
Man, that's a really interesting story about shoes.
It's insane to me. I don't like it. It doesn't make sense to me. So like movements like that, peer pressure for such arbitrary things, I don't get it. I personally don't understand it, but I understand how it affects other kids,
I don't like how it ends up leading to bullying.
Yeah. I do think that we're very fortunate though in this age. I was just talking with a coworker about this, how like nerd shit is cool. Like comic books, anime, manga, like all that shit's very mainstream now.
But where was that when we were kids?
I guess that Boohoo are us growing up.
Boohoo.
But I think it's cool because it's like one less thing to really get made fun of. Like being whatever adjective you want to use, like otaku or weeaboo, koreaboo, whatever.
Or F-16 cool. fighter jet.
Yeah, I guess. Is that like an interest title that people get?
Oh, I was referring to the RGB.
Oh, like the non-standard or whatever the fuck you want to call it, genders.
Yep.
Like the joke was, oh, I'm gonna be in an Apache helicopter back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're going for.
Hey man, speaking about F-15s, did you when you were younger, did you ever go on Omegle?
No.
Oh, okay, all right, so just me. Anyways, so you go on Omegle, and then there's the webcams. And somebody else.
I know what Omegle is now. As an adult, I've been on Omegle for fun, but it's like
right.
As a kid, I wasn't.
But as a kid, it was. Oh my gosh, dude!
What, you saw a cock?
I forgot what they always asked, but it was something along the lines of like age, sex, and gender, or like age, sex, and
ASL.
Whatever. Yeah, ASL. There you go.
Age, sex, location.
Yeah, there you go.
So that wasn't specific to Omegle only. There was a bunch of like chat rooms in the like not early 2000s, but like late 2000s to early 2010s. I was in chat rooms and shit, even like video game based chat rooms, and it was the same shit. They'd ask ASL and shit like that back then.
Yeah, that always got me. That was
I think that originated from like AOL chat rooms.
F-15. Man. And then there's just an Apache helicopter.
I would have never assumed. You must have seen a meme or something about that recently. I would have never. If I see F-15 in a context that's not labeling a fighter jet, I would see like, oh, they're female and they're 15. Yikes. Yeah.
No, from a long time ago, man. That just resurfaced because we were talking about this.
That's a bygone era. Jesus fuck, dude.
Oh man, that was hilarious.
That's a deep cut. My God.
So, I wanted to talk about AI and robots taking over the world.
You know, when we were setting stuff up, you were sharing your screen, and I saw a article briefly that talked about AI. So I was curious what that was about.
So, well, that article talks about AI generated images and those companies that are producing AI generated images are getting sued by certain, like, I don't know, like by artists, right?
Mm.
Like copyright claims, like, hey, this is my art.
Well, yeah, because the AI generators essentially just pull from different photos across the internet to and paste them together to make something, right?
Oh, I mean, yeah, something like that. But it was basically like, oh, there's my watermark in some of these photos.
Yeah.
And then as an artist, I bring this up, sorry. As an artist, do you
Mm.
think that this is something to for you to be afraid of?
I mean, no, but that I feel like my no would only stem from the fact that I don't make a lot of money right now off of commissions or art. Um, do I think it would make the necessity for me to do art for people even smaller? Absolutely. The biggest meme in the artist community is like, oh, people can't afford commissions, no one wants to hire me, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that you can just pay $5 to go on AI.bumblefuck and it'll make you a picture of Asuna from Sword Art Online, and it's just a compiled render with like the most similar vertices to make like the hairline and all that shit. That's pretty crazy. Or like I keep seeing ads on YouTube like this one AI generator makes Kanye West picture Kanye West working at McDonald's or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Second time we brought up Kanye West this podcast, by the way.
dude, like AI.
They know what's up.
See, and that's it's crazy because I do want to bring up Chat GTP
Mm-hmm.
or GPT.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, I heard Linus Tech Tips talk about Chat TBG.
Yeah, no, because when when it was, I want to say like announced,
Mm-hmm.
basically it got out like quick. So my girlfriend goes to whatever college university, and she's a computer engineer.
Mm-hmm.
Some like they ended up having a test that was take home,
Mm-hmm.
and they just put the question in there, put the answer onto the test.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm like, man, whether it was right or not. Hey, I'm not sure, but I guarantee you it was better than what they thought originally.
Uh, yeah, that shit's
Taking
wild
over
to
the
me.
world? You tell me. Hey man, when you think about it, what about all of uh those cooking videos of the machines like flipping the wok?
Uh
Just like there's no hand, there's just a moving pan. Man,
that
dude, it's that's not AI, by the way. That's not AI. That's
no,
just machinery. That's
I
automation.
was I was gonna say it's like a CNC router in the sense that it takes directions and links of measurement to perform the function.
Yeah, yeah, like not AI, but I still think it was really awesome.
But hey, the AI could write those parameters for the robot to do that.
You see what I mean, dude? Imagine we don't have to do anything. We just tell the AI to do it, and then
That's
I
how it
robot.
starts. That's how it starts.
Next thing you know, the robot's building better robots than we build robots.
Man.
Robot?
um, speaking of robots, just because the ad read will have happened at this point. How do you feel about Google and like Siri and all these different things listening to us and feeding us like advertisements and suggestions based on what we say.
You know, I want to say should always be the same as if it's non-intrusive, it's fine. So like when you're on like Google, right, or you're surfing the web,
Right.
and there's ads on the sides, it's there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it isn't in your face, and it's preventing you from doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
Best example would be it opens up a little pop-up window like a virus.
Oh yeah.
Check out this ad. As long as it doesn't turn into that, I'm okay with it.
My whole thing about it, and I talked to you recently about it, is a sponsor, HelloFresh, has been the most reoccurring ad to show up in my Gmail inbox, my YouTube ads, my Twitter ads, and all these different things just because you and I have been discussing since they reached out that they're going to be a sponsor.
Yeah, see, so when you think about it, right? When they do try to like single out like ads and like what people would want to buy,
yeah,
I feel like it really hurts the diversity.
Like, obviously, I'm talking specifically about a brand, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, well, if I'm talking specifically about this brand, then why are you gonna try and put it on my radar when it's clearly already on it?
Hey, they're just trying to help you out, you know.
I guess it's just like it's bizarre to me because it's like I'm already. If I was like, man, I really wish I could get a meal prep kit service, then it would make sense if that's what was forwarded to me through the ads. And there's a little nuance to it, right?
Want to take a break from the ads?
but now that it's like it's specifically can you check Discord by the way? Now that it's being specifically called out to me, now it's now it's like it's a matrix breaking moment, you know?
Yeah.
How do you feel about what I said just there?
Go ahead.
Yeah?
Try it. Speaking about HelloFresh.
You guys will have already heard this, but since Pre brought out Chat GPT, I just signed up. We're going to ask Chat GPT to write the script that I'm going to read for our sponsor, HelloFresh. So I'm gonna be in the background talking to Chat GPT, and I'll give you updates as they say cool things. Do you have another topic for us while I do this?
HelloFresh. Oh, back on the conversation of ads.
Here, I guess I could record this part too, huh?
So back on the conversation of ads.
Ads.
Hot moms near you.
Jesus
Good
Christ.
ad, bad ad.
An ad as old as time itself.
Good ad, bad ad.
Bad ad when it shows up in non-incognito tabs.
That's gonna be our next YouTube video. Good ad, bad ad. Where we rank all of the ads that we've seen.
Jesus Christ, that'd be interesting. Actually, that would be an interesting one to play out.
But yeah, no, like in terms of everything listening to us and trying to help us single in on what we would like, you know.
Yeah.
I think it kind of sucks though, because when it's trying so hard to like single in and like dial in on what we're currently looking for, like when you really think about it, it's like, oh, you know, I never thought about it. I could use a strainer today. Instead of, hey man, so I saw you've been in the market for strainers, so here's a list of 100 strainers from blogs.com, top 100 of this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just something I'm like, I wish they made it a little more diverse.
Hmm.
But speaking of personalized ads, I hate that YouTube.com
Mm.
has horror ads unskippable. Why?
Yeah, yeah, that becomes problematic for sure.
I'm like, I don't want to know about what is it, that new doll movie?
Yeah.
Like, why am I like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, it's dark. I'm trying to watch a wholesome video and I get an ad for this horror film and I can't stop horror ads? Come on now. Not fun, not fair. Could you give
Oh
me a
my
pop-up
god.
that says horror ads? Check mark. Thanks.
Yeah, I think, or like, you could even divulge on that a little more to movies in general, right? Because so many movies, in order to get people hooked, they'll spoil like major plot points. So it's like it it should ads should conform to, if it's for a movie, it should conform to a standard where you can't spoil something until after the 5 seconds, and all movie ads have to be skippable.
Yeah, like or something, you know, like you gotta give us a little more
There,
leeway.
yeah, there definitely should be some content control for it. Do you want me to read the script? It gave me 2 scripts, by the way.
2 scripts.
So it gave me the first script it gave me. I said, "Can you write me an ad read script about my sponsor HelloFresh?" And it said, "Sure. Here's a sample ad script for HelloFresh." And it's like an actual script where it says like opening shot of a busy family in the kitchen trying to figure out what to make for dinner. So after it finishes that, I'm like, "Hey, can we try making the ad read script for a podcast?" So it said, here, I guess I could share the screen in Discord too,
All
just so
right,
you can.
go ahead.
Bam.
Read it aloud.
Welcome back to the show, folks. But before we get started, I wanted to take a moment to tell you about one of our sponsors, HelloFresh. Cue soundbite of a HelloFresh delivery box being opened. If
Bloop,
you're
bloop.
like me and always looking for new meal ideas, you'll love HelloFresh. They're a meal kit delivery service that makes meal planning a breeze. Soundbite of someone cooking in the kitchen. Ting, 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 ting. With HelloFresh, you'll get all of the ingredients you need, pre-measured and delivered right to your door. Plus, their easy to follow recipes makes cooking fun and stress-free, even for beginners. Soundbite of delicious meal being enjoyed.
All right, and go ahead and
You 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 don't have a soundbite for me for that?
No, I don't.
Cool. So why not give HelloFresh a try? I promise you won't be disappointed. Just head to their website or give them a call to learn more and start your first delivery today. And as a special offer for our listeners, use the promo code podcast at checkout for a discount on your first delivery. That's HelloFresh, the easy and delicious way to meal plan.
Hello, fresh. Man, that's hella fresh. Huh? That's hella fresh. Hello, fresh.
That's scary how accurate that is to actual fucking ad reads. That's insane.
Hey, do you know what that really says? All ad reads are predictable. Man.
That it blows my fucking mind. Also, HelloFresh, don't take this the wrong way. Like I'm actually gonna put some beans into the ad read, okay?
Beans.
That's
it?
pretty.
Come select which your meal at HelloFresh. Beans.
Try their chili steak and lentil salad on HelloFresh.
Hey.
I don't know if that's an actual meal. That's just something I pulled out my butt.
Green beans and chicken. Hey.
There you go. That's actually scary. That's insane how, like, if I didn't have the script on screen that it just gave me, and I wasn't like meta commentating on it saying play sound bites and shit, I could have read that and everyone would have thought that was a regular just me reading a script or shilling like off the top of my head.
We're gonna be taken over by robots.
we're going to be forced to ad read and answer test questions from AI.
Man, dude. So when you really think about it,
Mm-hmm.
you've watched. Oh, the only clip I remember from Adventure Time that I've actually seen. What's the name of the little little Game Boy looking guy?
BMO.
Yeah, Bimo. Where Bimo meets his creator or whatever, and then he changes his batteries.
That's scary.
Do
That's
you remember?
basically
Do you remember
killing
that scene?
BMO.
Do you remember that scene where like he takes out his batteries and then he falls onto the batteries?
Vaguely, it's like an old decrepit guy, right?
Yeah. No, but the little Game Boy guy does it himself.
Oh, he does. Oh, I don't
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah. But anyways, imagine the robots, right? The robots are doing that. Or like like imagine we don't got many robots, we got one robot, and he's over there fixing himself. He's over there welding metal together. He got a little ding on it. He's over there buffing it out.
That's crazy.
Dude, man, they're gonna take over the world. We're gonna have to move to Mars.
Well, luckily, our good friend Elon Musk, who is also under scrutiny, from Tesla,
Poor guy.
he's working on it. Yeah, do you want to talk about that a little bit? Actually, I don't know too much on the subject, but I have heard a couple things listening to the news in the morning. The biggest thing that stood out to me was the prices of Teslas are at an all-time low right now, and it is pissing off the investors.
Hey, I don't know. Hey, you know what? I do think that investors are in it for the money.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you want returns on what you.
But I don't understand if the company is trying to grow, or like that's a valid method of growth, is reducing your product costs to sell more to get more people in there.
I absolutely do. I think, by the way, I don't think I can be I don't think I can get in trouble for this now because of the statute of limitations. I used to sell more candy bars in high school than everyone else because I charged less than $1, where everyone else charged like $1.25 per candy bar.
Hello, fresh.
And it's my per capita wasn't higher, but I did end up making money because I sold more.
Yeah, well, I mean, like instead of making, $3 off 2 items, you just sold 5 items for $2,
Yeah.
Same thing. You still made $2.
Yeah. I think there's something to be said about the appreciating your audience by letting I don't even know how I want to say this now, but essentially like Tesla, if they go back on what's happening right now with the prices of Teslas, essentially what they're doing is they are gatekeeping who is allowed to enter the EV market. When the whole thing that like the state of California in specific, we're trying to move everyone towards the EV market, right? As a precaution of, let's help out Mother Earth and all that good whatever. But when you have the biggest name in the market or the company that has the biggest market share slashing people at their fucking kneecaps and gatekeeping, it kind of makes it hard to get into that market. It's very discouraging,
I wouldn't consider it as gatekeeping, right? So basically, in terms of financial business, from what I understand, you sell it, you try to sell at the highest price possible. Mm-hmm. It's like at an auction. It's like, okay, well that guy's willing to spend maximum of $15.99. Okay, well we're gonna put it at $15.99. And then he's like, you know what? Actually, I don't want to spend that much. Okay, you know what? I'll drop it down to $14.99 just for you, buddy. I get it, right? If there's people buying it at that much dollars, keep it that way, right?
Yeah.
But I don't. It's not like, it's not right.
It's not like you're talking to a car salesman though, right? In the sense where like I can walk into Avery Green Honda, right? And I talk to a guy and he tries to upsell me on a car, but if I did my due diligence, I know what car from them I want, I know how much it should cost, I can talk him down from where he's trying to sell it to maybe just a little bit above what it's actually worth, right?
Yeah.
Because the way that Tesla selling works, if you're not going to the Tesla dealership, there's nothing to negotiate with. You're on a website. This is the price. This is what it would be if you leased it. This would be what it is if you got a loan for it.
See, right, and then look, and so the way that works is, hey, you know what? No one wanted to buy it. We'll drop the price.
Yeah.
And my greatest example of that is the GPU market, graphics card market.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I hope that price goes down and down because I do not want to spend $800 to buy a graphics card.
I agree. I just it's pretty astounding. Like, what was it when we were talking about the Model 3 when I lived with you? I was gonna spend $800 a month if I leased it.
Whew.
And even with the car kitted out, it would only cost me $500 now to lease.
Hey,
Which
you know what?
It's still a lot of money. By no means is it a small amount of money, right? But that is the difference between paying another bill or paying your insurance, right?
Yeah, see, but like there's more to, like, there's like, okay, and then there's the right to repair, and you got to bring your car to Tesla for maintenance only.
Hey,
And
oh
man,
I live in an apartment and there's no way I'm getting an EV charger here. Fuck it, I'll go to Tesla every fucking day if I have to make sure my car works.
you know,
And if anything, I'm incentivized by the guarantee that because it's still technically their car, if anything happens to it, they got me.
and I don't remember the number, but I know if you try to install a charger at your house, I don't remember how many thousand, but it is a couple thousand for them to install it at your house.
It wouldn't make sense for me to do it at my house.
Well, I'm talking about the general consumer. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I mean, besides the installation of it, and you don't get a tech to install it, you have to do it yourself or hire someone.
Yeah.
But after the installation, you're still they show you the numbers. You're still saving a considerable amount compared to gas.
Yeah.
It's more of the EV chargers that you put in your home are more for the guy that plans on driving his Model Y or his Model 3 for like the next 5 to 10 years. Which technically you shouldn't, because I don't think they last that long.
Hybrid all the way.
But like you know what I mean, right? Like you plan on going the extra mile to keep a Tesla in your house.
Combustion engine. Hey, you know what? The way I like to think about it, you're trying to bring them into the Apple world, where as soon as they buy the Model Y, you know they go and buy the 2027 Model Y. You're trying to bring them in there.
I definitely am considering doing it, for several reasons. So just the biggest one is I want to get another hoopty for like fun driving.
Hoopty.
But I also need to consider, like, I have a dog and I have a girlfriend, and girlfriend would need to drive herself in the dog places eventually.
Bro, I was about to say, you say the dog gonna drive? What the dog doing?
That'd be crazy.
Dude, imagine the dog's driving the Tesla. Because the Tesla driving itself, you know?
I was going to say, technically, if I do auto summon and the dog is in the car, it will drive. The car will be driven by the dog.
Man, that would be crazy.
But obviously the desire to get a Tesla is very much like a glitz and glamour, like, ooh, I want the shiny toy situation. Because I can go buy a 2022 Prius, right?
Oh, I would definitely go Prius or RAV4 Prime, or, you know, something like Chevy Spark.
The problem
is not like, Chevy Spark, because Chevy Spark's full EV. But something like hybrid. Like, I would go hybrid before I would go EV. Only because I personally like combustion engine. I like polluting the environment. No, not really, but, you know, there's that comfort, you know, that I have with gasoline.
There's a level of care that is beyond me with my car already. And I don't think it makes a difference. Like, I'm gonna, in the next month, I'm going to take my Corolla to a mechanic to get the timing belt in my car changed. That's not a repair that I can do. I would be interested to learn how to do it, but from our conversation previously, it's something well beyond our wheelhouse, even if we were interested in doing it.
Yeah, you know, it's like, well, when we say that, it's like, we don't want to mess it up, and then
Well,
you
yeah,
don't have a
that's what.
car for the next like 3 days, because anytime you work on a car that's X years old, you run into some issue, and then we're here at AutoZone for the next 4 hours, and next thing you know, we're sipping on McDonald's, trying to not break the car. Yeah,
I mean, that's with anything though. Like any repair. I was my brakes literally failed while I was driving the car, and I didn't have the car for over a week.
yeah, you see what I mean? It's like, it's because we've never done it. That's not something that we would want to do for your
Yeah,
daily driving car. If you had your if you had your little fun hoopty, but like we
right.
would
That's
most definitely try that. Yeah,
um. I don't know. I just think there's no risk because I don't have my hand in the right to repair market so much for my car, and because I'm not as much of a car guy as you, I have no like emotional attachment to having a combustion engine.
yeah.
Because like AV car, hybrid, it's all the fucking same to me. Like my dad's Prius is the same shit as my Corolla. In fact,
Heck no.
I'm pretty sure the Prius goes faster than my car. I think top speed is higher.
Look, you don't even think about your Corolla versus the Prius because you never paid the gas for a Prius yet.
The Prius goes faster uphill than my car because guess what it has?
No,
It has a fucking driving assist. It uses the power from the motor to, or not the the motor to push the car up.
no, see, man, you haven't spent that 45, 50 miles a gallon Prius compared to your 30 miles a gallon Corolla. Man, when driving a Prius and getting that like savings in gas, instead of spending like $50, I'm spending like 25.
Well, yeah, like
That felt great.
I spend about 35 bucks on gas right now. I'd be spending 20 again,
Yeah,
20
like
something.
that's great.
It's just like I don't know. I don't care. It's more so like the biggest thing that started this conversation for me was California currently has a lot of incentive programs for getting an EV vehicle. You get
EV.
more you get more benefits from getting a full electric vehicle than you do from getting a hybrid.
Yep.
And then there's another program where if you trade in your car, like you give them your older than 2005 car, you get like almost the same payout as you do from the EV program.
Hey.
So it's like technically, if I could get approved and risk it for the biscuit, if I got a full EV car, I'm in it. It just sucks because most of the EV cars on the market right now are what's that bunk Nissan that we were looking at in Sunnyvale?
Ah, not a Nissan, Toyota Mirai.
The hydrogen engine, right?
Toyota Mirai.
Which I think you or the guy said there's no hydrogen chargers that are like publicly available like that
For that car. Or something along those lines.
Well, I imagine if other makes if they have hydrogen cars, then surely it either must exist or they're just far and few wherever they exist.
Crazy.
Which my thing is like, how the fuck? What's so special? What's different and special about a hydrogen car being charged? It's still electric, right?
Yep.
Can we go back to Sunnyvale and test drive one of those as a video?
No.
Why?
Because I am a gamer.
You
Did
said
you
wanna do
know?
IRL content?
Did you know? My favorite FPS game.
World of Warcraft?
World of Warcraft Dragonflight.
Uh-huh.
Blizzard Games pulled a lot of their games from China.
Uh-huh.
Because there was a disagreement, or there wasn't a coming to agreement, and they shut down the servers for China.
That's crazy.
I am so sad.
What was that about?
I think it was because of something like the ones that are running their services in China.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I guess they were just having back and forths, and then ultimately ended up with, all right, well, you don't want to work with me, I don't want to work with you.
Like, I imagine a money dispute or something, or like, is there no further details?
Nah, like it's because it's still so recent. It happened within like the last couple of days.
Oh.
like there's nothing
So it
crazy on
sounds
it
like
yet.
we'll report on it in next week's Chump Change.
Hopefully,
That'd be
I
interesting.
love World of Warcraft Dragonflight.
I'm curious to
But
see
you
what
know what I
happened with
don't
that.
like?
Huh.
I don't like all of these guys, Chinese gold farmers that would have bots and inflate my gold market in World of Warcraft Dragonflight.
Are you talking about like the macro fishers and shit?
Now, so basically what they would do, right? So they have, so I've played the druid with you, and the druid's really good at AoE, right? So in the game, you're able to loot corpses and pick up gold, right?
Yeah.
There would be certain areas where these bots would be. And so let's say you just have like a group of just druids, and they would run around like in a circle, basically, and they would aggro like the whole area, or pull the whole area, sorry, and then kill them, and then just pick up gold. But imagine if the bot's doing that for hours, it's accumulating a good amount of gold,
Yeah.
Even if it's like 1 gold a kill, like 1 gold every like 2 seconds or whatever.
Which we know that's not the drop rate of even like early area monsters.
Yeah, it's a lot better. It's a lot better like as you go up in the levels.
Or even if you're getting like several silver and a single gold, a couple silver and like 70 copper, like that shit stacks up pretty fast.
Yeah. Yeah, no, those guys were called the Moon Boys.
The Moon Boys.
The Moon Boys. Yep. Man, that's my favorite.
Well, definitely gonna have to see next time what this WoW development is, because I'm interested to hear about that.
Yeah, hopefully, man, because I'm thinking, because they shut down World of Warcraft, I'm pretty sure they're gonna shut down Overwatch 2. They're probably gonna shut down Diablo, like pretty much the whole franchise. I'm curious, but we'll see how it pans out within the next week or so.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, because like StarCraft and WoW would be really hurt if the Asia servers went down.
Yeah.
Interesting. Who knows? Maybe they'll partner with someone else.
So, buddy, any other snashty, spashty topics you got to talk about?
I think that just about does it for me. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I think that's about it, and I think that will conclude today's podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you
in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Rate us 5 stars on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Peace.
Later.